Okay, I will record that and I'll put it online. The Zoom didn't let me allocate another um, Zoom meeting until it's converted to videos. So it took me almost like 10 minutes now. Let's go back again to the intrusion prevention. The type of intruders, we classified them as the casual intruders, the security experts, and the one professional one. What is the difference between those ones? The casual intruders, someone who has some knowledge, whatever it is, like a student or non-student or whoever has an IT background, hacking, and he can run some scripts, or he use, for example, Kali Linux or whatever it is. But just he can do some basic things, or not actual professional one. And we have actually security expert hackers. They are hackers, and those one mostly the initiation for them either they try to challenge someone or try to prove themselves. I am here, I'm smarter, I'm better, I can crack this, I can crack that. And I have seen someone actually does that and he got 12 years in prison because he actually tried to show a bank in New York that I can get inside your system. He applied for a job and they didn't take him because he doesn't have a degree. So, and they took someone else. He tried to prove to them that I'm better than you. He hacked the system. Then they called the cops and they gave him 12 years in prison for that hacking. We have professional hackers, and those ones they've been hired. Mostly involve espionage, fraud, and they actually either organization or government, either by organization or by government. And those one has high professional skills and they have a lot of equipment which can help them and support them as well. Intrusion prevention. What is the best rules exactly to have a high level of security? The first thing, don't put anything sensitive online. Do not put any, regardless of the whatever it is, online. Because online means it's on the physical part of another bodies. For example, if you put anything on Amazon, on whatever, AWS, Azure, whatever it is, at the end of the day, it's in someone else's hand. And the security done by them. So someone can hack them? Yes, someone can hack them and take all your data and everything, whatever it is. That's most important. If you have high, extremely data, usually keep this one in a hard disk or physical disk isolated from the network, which means that no one can access to. For example, as a personal, what to do exactly? If you have a high sensitive data, do not put it on your laptop, for example, or do not put it in your computer. Where you put it? In a portable hard disk. And a portable hard disk encrypted and has a password on it. This is the element of security policy. One of the security policy, the most important area in security policy, we have to do what we call security policy implementation, but we have what we call risk assessment. And this is very important area. Risk assessment means like you go over the system, whatever the network you have. If that happens, what's gonna happen? If someone crossed this area, what's gonna happen? If my server didn't work, what's gonna happen? If someone have the access card for someone, what's gonna happen? If someone steal the password for one of these departments, what's gonna happen? That's what we call risk assessment. You have to include the hardware, the software, the natural disaster, and everything. You need to go over the whole system. And what we do exactly, what we call balancing control. Balancing control means do not make the control really tough. Do not make the control very easy. Do not easy, not tough. That's how it is. Do not make the control really tough. Do not make the control really easy. Something balancing in the middle. How to secure your network parameter? We have many issues, which we would what we call dial-in or dial-up access. Something like if you phone, for example, if you want to use phone system, even the network, the phone network is actually security risk as well because someone actually, you familiar with the VoIP. So if someone can access your system, can access your system through the phone, which if you use VoIP as well. The NAT, what is the NAT? I believe network under translation. What is that exactly? Mapping between private network to public network, between your company or home to the internet, whatever it is. So inside here, you're using private network 10 or 172 or 192. Over here, you're using a public network, which is ISP provider network. How to map here from here? You need a NAT. That NAT has multi advantage, and we prefer to use that. We use firewall, as you can see over here. That's be considered as well firewall. What is firewall exactly? Mostly routers. However, sometimes we have something called IPS or IDS devices, which is a firewall by itself. Main type of firewall, and this is the one I want you to focus on. What is the main type of firewall? The packet firewall and the application firewall. This one, the firewall, the job for that firewall to filter packets. One per one, yes. Take the packet, filter this packet, look inside the packet, and see if it's good or not. The other one, look after the application. So one can work on the packets, one can work on the application. Let's go over one by one and see how it's work, which one it's working. The packet level firewall. What is that exactly? This one we focus on the source, destination, the ports. This is mostly important. So what my job exactly? This is, for example, you want to pass through here. Yes, I can look at this over here. The host 1010 whatever denied access here. So I can allow or deny based on IP address and based on ports. Right. How we do that? We use something called access control list, which will let me show you this, something like that. So this is beyond your studies here, but anyway, it's good to understand. I have two servers here, web server and email server. The web server usually work with port number 80, and the email server work with port number 25, 144, 142, and SMTP and the POP3, IMAP. So we choose 25 as an email port and 80 as HTTP ports, web ports. Okay, now I want to allow some certain IP, specific IP. So what to do exactly? Watch this one. I can over here write access list like this. Permit TCP. All right, that's which means that whoever has to use a TCP connection. UDP, FTP, whatever is not allowed. You have to use a TCP. Good. Permit TCP. Any means from anywhere. To where? To 128.44 port 80. If you want to go over here to the web, and allow anyone to go to port number 25, which is the mail. So if someone came with from anywhere, wants port 80, I'm gonna send in here. Anyone come to me, port number 25, I'm gonna send it here. That's how it is. Yes, from any. from the word any. Can I specify specific instead of any? Can I specify specific network? Yes, we can do that as well. But for now, this is what you need to understand. What is the packet filter? Will check exactly the firewall. Oh, where you came from over here? What is your destination? The 44. What is port 80? Send them over here right away. Are you coming to 80? Send them here. Okay, another packet came. That's the source, the destination, 45. Okay, what is the port? Number 25. Send them over here. That's how it is? Yes, that's how the packet firewall works. The IP spoofing. The IP spoofing, this is like the word, spoofing exactly like this. Done by simply changing the source address of incoming packets. Alteration, in short, alteration. So you capture a packet. What we do exactly, we use many type of software, for example, like Wireshark. This is the packet, it has source, has destination, it has port. What we do exactly, this is the genuine source. We take this one and we change my IP address and the destination as it is and the port as it is. Okay, this is the destination, the genuine destination coming from 120 network. I put 130, which is my network. So the packet, when reply, it's going to reply back to me, not to the genuine one. Something in the middle, like the man in the middle. That's what we call IP spoofing, manipulating the packet. The application level firewall is just only, it's done the same thing, but it's actually focused on apps, applications. And this usually client server methodology between client and servers. This one can allow or deny access to authorized or unauthorized apps, not users, apps. What do you mean by apps? For example, if you want to run a specific software or a specific app applications, it didn't. What to do exactly? I believe you're familiar with that. You have, for example, in ACA or Epic College, if you have any exe file, which you have seen that before many times, can you install, for example, packet tracer yourself in any of the computer in Epic? You can. We can stop that as well. We stop some external user downloading or executing any executable or installation of exe files. Can we do that? Yes. How the apps work exactly? Similar to that. But look at this. Now I'm here in the NAT firewall. This is my computer. My computer wants to go outside. To where exactly? This is mine. That's my source. The port, my ports. What is my destination? I want to go to 133, which is outside. As you can see here, 128, 128, 128, which means that I need to send it 133 outside. Okay. What is port number? 80. The port number 80. So when I send this one over here, what exactly the firewall here will look at? We'll look at, we want to send this one outside to the 80. So which one I'm going to send? To the web or the mail? No, the mail is port number 25. The web, port number 80. But I need to send it outside, not inside, outside. So what I'm going to send it? I'm going to send it to the DNS, which take it outside. What is physical security exactly? I think that's common sense, and there is no need to. I believe that anyone can assume that. What you need to do with that exactly with the physical security. Locks has to be. All your cables has to be behind the wall. People who actually get access to your server, your router, your main components of the network has to be highly secure in rooms, what we could com room, for example. In Epic College, if each floor has a room called com room, which you can see communication room. And people, they access with the key or with the swipe card. Even when you get inside everything with the password as well, you have to use that kind of password in all the equipment. What is personal matter? Yes, I need to educate my employees or my clients, whatever the employees or students, whatever. I need to educate them very well against viruses, what kind of viruses. A lot of people, by the way, they work in government, whatever, they don't know what is that, the attachment, non-attachment, which one to run, can I run it, what is bad, files, whatever. They don't understand any of these. They just work and whatever, and they manage people and they manage departments, but they don't know what is that exactly. So you need to educate them against the viruses, what type of viruses and files, and what they do when they receive documents or files. They didn't know what is that. Do background check on all the employees and everything, or the visitor, and keep monitoring everything, and give limited access, what they call minimum privilege, to all your employees. Do not give over privilege, just the minimum to do your job. Which area currently is highly vulnerable to hacking? Wireless. Why wireless is easier than the wire? First, because it's easy. You can hack everywhere. Not easy, sure, but it's easier than the wire. The wire, you have to have physically get inside a switch or a cable or to be able. But the wireless is not. The wireless, you can sit anywhere with your laptop or your whatever it is, and you hack any place, whatever the place, if you have the skills, sure. However, there is another issue with wireless. If you study wireless, the way the packets fly in the air and authenticate different, the authentication system, different from the authentication system within the wire system. And that's totally away from your study here. What you need exactly just to know that the wireless is much easier to be targeted. How to secure cables? Keep it behind the wall, mostly. Try to get some kind of cable which is not easy to be tapped. Can we tap the cable? Yes. We have some kind of tools which actually look like a plier. This is your, for example, this is your cable. What we do exactly, you have something called look like the plier. You just only put it outside here. It starts to read what the not the packets, but it reads some kind of electromagnetic field, and that then translates this one into bits and bytes, and then turn to bytes, and then after that you can take the packet and you read what's inside. So what to do exactly? Try to choose one of those cables which is actually highly not easy to be tapped, and the best one right now in the market, the fiber optic, because it's really fast. The pressurized cable, which is this one, not too many areas, and like a cable which is, if you try to cut it or something, it gives you alarm. Costly and non-practical in most cases. Securing network devices, as you can see over here, mostly you have a COM room, and in that COM room, everything secure, and you have a door, and that door actually usually have multi-authentication, either SWIFT card and whatever, and PIN number, something like that, and it's not easy to get in. Even when you get in, everything right over there, you'll find it's little secure, and also you have to have password to go in and every time. Inside over here, what you have your router, switch, controller, bridge, whatever it is. All those ones has to be highly secure. What is the dial-in security? Usually an automated number identification. What is that? I believe you are actually familiar with that. When you call the bank and you actually register your phone with them, they identify your phone right away, and they ask you, you call from this number. Or if you call from another number, they identify that this is not your number, and they actually ask you, do you have that whatever the now other number? What is that exactly? O2 number identification. We can identify your phone, and we can give you access for the device, not the phone, access to your device based on locations or the device itself. Where we use this one, we have something called VPN for employees who work for companies, and they want to access their company securely from home, for example, or from anywhere. We can use one-time password only. We can send you a password which you can use it. The operating system, all the operating systems come with some kind of level of security, not enough security. That's why we need antivirus. All the operating systems come with some kind of level of basic security. Let's say we have the security level. Most companies, they provide C2, which basic, very basic, fundamental. The medium one provided by some, and the highest level, which is A1, provided by few. Few operating system provide A1, which is high level of security, but not enough security by itself. Do not get me wrong. Even A1 and A2, you cannot run. You can if you want to, but it's not enough to become secure. What's the difference between Windows and Linux? That's a big issue, by the way. It's two different structure. Windows based on DOS command line, DOS commands. Linux based on iOS, Kali Linux, what's called another language called Linux. This is DOS, this is Linux. Or Linux. This one has a tree hierarchy. This one doesn't have that kind of tree hierarchy. This one has less secure, this one highly secure. This one has advantage of the GUI version. It's especially has very powerful tools and applications. You can run that. It has a lot of features, more than the Linux. The disadvantage, it's easy to be hacked, easier than Linux. Linux is not easy to be hacked. However, the Windows, much easier to be hacked. And that's why most of the virus in this world come to Windows. It is coming to Windows. But the advantage, the most popular operating system, Windows usually. It's Linux. You can run multi-user with various access, different access, right, on the operating system. That's one of the good things over there. And also, we have many, by the way, don't get me wrong, we have many differences, comparison between Windows to Linux, but this is the basic fundamental for you for now. What is the Trojan horses virus? The Trojan virus, you get to understand this one. It's a virus, it's a virus inside legitimate, look from outside legitimate, which means that you put the virus inside something else, look nice. It can be email, it can be a document, it can be actually a video, it can be FTP file, it can be whatever it is, whatever the file. When you try to look at the file looks nice from outside, but inside the file, it is a Trojan, and the Trojan is one of those rootkits. Rootkits means it attacks the root of the computer or the device, which is not easy to be taken off unless you wipe out the whole hard disk and you install a new operating system. Not easy, by the way. Why? And also, it keeps moving from one place to another place. And it has what we call it polymorphism. Polymorphism, which is actually keep changing the look. One of the main one, which is bad or fake, whatever, we don't care about that much because we have different version currently. But the most important, what is Trojan horses is. It's a virus, but that virus actually is look legitimate from outside. It's implemented within another application or software or videos or whatever. That's why we call it undetectable. The type of Trojan, spyware, and this one, spy on you, which is actually recorded your keyboard struck, whatever you type, they can watch it. The adware, which is, that's the one, the annoying one, which is, you can see it at the top here in your browser. And the DOS, the distributed DOS, which we cover that. What is the implication of management? What's the problem with the security? Well, the system, all the devices, the system changing rapidly currently, really rapidly. The software, the hardware keep running and everything, the technology changing in a way which is we cannot catch up with. So what does that mean? A new threats come over. So you have to study each technology coming to the market and how to secure that area, and you have to come up with security system to that. And that security system usually costly. So now the cost of security right now is really high because of the level of usage of the technology in these days. As you can see right now, the technology involved in everything. The fastest growing area in network security, cost of security expected to increase. Yes, by the way, especially we move into the home appliances. So you can control the home by application. You can, and the new technology which come to the cars as well, your car will be actually auto control as well, which means that everything you can hack because it's based on technology. To secure that technology, you need to have to secure that technology. To secure that technology, you need to have at least high level of spending, and that's cost. That adds a lot of cost on the system. One of the main things about security, you need to have the latest skills in the market. You need to understand what is the system that to become a professional in security, you need to think or need to have the knowledge as a hacker. So when you have that, you need to have the skills of hacking first. You need to have the skills of hacking. Then you can build the skills of security at the end. So building security without thinking as hacking or skills as hacking, it will not help that much. Okay, up to here we have done for the lecture. I believe that some of you actually has missed that because of the Zoom meeting. Since we're using a free version, the Zoom meeting didn't allow me to generate a new meeting right away, and it asked me to wait until the previous video has been converted. I will upload that the second video as well online. I'll do my best to upload it. And if you have any issue with that, I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. What's the most important area here, which I encourage you to cover for future? What you need exactly to cover over here, you need to understand the difference between virus and worm. This is one of the most important areas in today's lecture. What to do exactly, you need to cover what is CIA concept. Make sure that's the first piece. Type of threats You need to memorize this one, the destructive, the destructive, the disaster. What kind of intrusions, a type of control, and that came in one of the exams, the preventive control, detective control, corrective control, and just memorize one of them for each one. What is DOS and DDoS? And this is highly important. How to stop the DDoS? What is traffic filtering, limiting, and abnormal? What type of intruders? The casual intruders, the experts, and the professional hackers. How to prevent intrusions? And this is the area which is, sure, most of you understand the concept of NAT, but the one which I always focus on, these ones, the main type of firewalls, those two types of firewalls, the packet filtering, the packet firewall, and the apps firewalls. And they work. Other than that, I don't think that's the most important. Mostly the Trojan horses, I believe most of you understand that, but if you don't, just only a virus, but we put it inside a legitimate software or apps or application or document. So when you open the document, it looks nice, no problem or whatever, but inside that, we actually hide inside a Trojan virus. And that Trojan virus usually attack what we call the root kit or root system on your operating system. And it keep moving from one directory to another directory, which at the end is not easy at all, even for experts to locate it and take it off. So the best option for if you get a Trojan horse, we have to wipe out the whole disk and we install a brand new operating system. Comparison between the three types of Trojans, comparison between the Windows and Linux, there is more than that, more than what you see over here. This is just only very basic. However, if you want to read more, you can get a lot more about that. Any questions? Questions? Okay, up to here, since I'm gonna upload this video online, I don't want to put a big size of video. I'm gonna terminate that, and I'm gonna give you, let's say, 15 minutes. Let's come back at 3:10. Come back at 3:10, and we will start the lab in a fresh session. Are we okay? Can you hear me? Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's come back at 3:10 and we will work on your lab. See you then.
See you, sir.